Hello. So there was some interest in my truck setup and my boxes and my Muse. So I'm just gonna go over all that real quick for you guys. And yeah, so this is my truck. I made this platform out of car siding. It's removable. It's held in by just the wheel wells, really. And it is modular, so every other one of these slides out. So that's what I'm going to do. Slides out. So I've already removed my platform for the summer, but just for you guys, I'll show it. I'll put it back in. Comes out. All right. So I have the platform over here. This thing all slides in. Whole thing slides in just like that. Slide it out. Right. And I have my boxes over here. So these are made of coroplast, and the corners are pop riveted together. I 3D printed these tracks, so they are custom made for these boxes. And I have long leaf turf in here. This is a 2x4, and underneath the turf there is a PVC pipe. I'll show that in a second. I have a carbon monoxide detector. I can see this through my window. And this whole thing comes apart with the strap, and this lifts up out. So it can be cleaned really easily. It comes all apart. And on the side here, I have a hole for this PVC pipe. So inside of here, there is a gun-safe dehumidifier. And a gun-safe dehumidifier is just really a heating element. So when it gets cold out, I'll plug this in and it heats up their purchase. Especially if I'm at like a field meet or something, I usually have this going. So let me get this back together. All right. So, do you know? Oh, gotta unclip this here. The strap to hold them down. So this goes over here. And the strap just pushes them together. Alright. And then in the back here is the dehumidifier, and there is a temperature sensor at the top there, right there. Yeah. So this will plug in right there. This plugs in over there. This whole thing slides in. Alright. Then over here, I can plug this in. Our plug's a little bent from running over it. Alright, so here's the temperature sensor. I Juno's box. I don't know why the other one says that temperature, because it's not plugged in. But Juno's box is about 80 degrees, so that's pretty hot. That would be dangerous for a bird. At least I think so. I wouldn't move my bird in this heat. So over here, there's all the electricity hookup. The power strip goes into the power inverter, which goes into the charge controller. I have a battery here. It's a gel battery, so normal lead acid, and I think there's another kind of battery too, but they off gas. Now off gas can be toxic. I don't know if they off gas enough to be toxic in a moving vehicle, but in an enclosed space like this, I just didn't take any chances. It's gel. I don't think they off gas any. I forget how big this is. I think it's 60 amp hours. It might be 80, but I think it's 60. So solar panels connect to it through this little gap between the topper and my truck bed. What is this? Up here. Here's my solar panels. So these tracks are from Vantech, I believe. These tracks and these sliders. I got these aluminum bar things at my hardware store and then just drilled through them for these sliders. They are 100 watt panels a piece, so plenty of power in the day. They're connected parallel, I believe. Yeah, so that's basically what I have going on for the truck. I have to feed my birds, so we'll go through the garage here. This is where they stay in the winter. I have a freezer here. Here's about half of the catches they have. Grab all these chickens. I'm feeding 3 docks a piece. It's about 120 grams, which is plenty of food for them. There's my baby sleeping. So this is another box I've made. This is the one I made for my falcon that I had for a season. Instead of being riveted shut, I made these little brackets to hold the coroplast together. This opens up. I have a couple extra boxes that I can send people. If you're interested in getting a box like this, it's going to be white like this. No perches, nothing. They're completely clean, unused. So if you're interested in a box like this, leave a comment. I'll do a raffle thing. I prefer they go to someone who will use them, and especially someone who is an apprentice or something, or getting ready, a pre-apprentice, and they are wanting a box. Because I know to buy a box, they're really expensive online, and if you don't have someone to show you how to make a box like this, it can be really difficult. So leave a comment. I'll do a raffle thing. I got a couple of them, so I'll send some boxes out. Alright. Oh, here's what I keep them in the winter. So they have a little window back there. Corresponds to a window out here, so they get sunlight. It's made with these same bracket things, except obviously way bigger. I mean, there's nothing much to it on the inside. It's just some perches. All right. So I've showed a video with my Muse before, but I've added on to it. So Soyuz was a little interested in breeding. Juno not so much, but I applied for a breeding permit, and I made this little it's not really little, but I made this extension over here. So they have some vertical space, so they feel a little more comfortable laying eggs and stuff and brooding, so they're not so low. They still use the other side, obviously. They're using it right now. Let me show you. Let me go up here dangerously with my hands completely full. Alright, so there's a nest box in there. So he was moving around like 3 sticks for 2 weeks in his box, so I just put a wreath in there in case they end up using it. Alright, calm down. There's a security camera that I need to get hooked up. There's a food chute over here I'm gonna use. That's probably a horrible angle. But I have a PVC pipe going across, various perching materials on it. Little mat that my wife was very upset that I used because it was in the bird perch box and not a different box, so I used it. They got a tire, they got a little toy in there, just various different perches. There's a jump box I made, different perching materials on it, a little pool that I need to clean. I have a swing. These doors, there are doors here, so they can be closed. So really this is a 3-chamber Mews, even though it would be very hard to actually use the middle if there's a bird in each chamber. There's a door over here, there's a door on the chamber on the far side, but to get to the middle you'd have to go through another chamber. It's just not practical. So really it's 2 with an extendable middle. Yeah, see, Soyuz will come down for food, Juno will not. I take their jesses off, I leave their bell on. At the start of the season, I'll replace their anklets, but there's no reason to mess with them too much. We did vaccinate them again for West Nile, but the real danger this year is bird flu, but there's not a vaccine for it, and I can't keep them in my garage forever. So hopefully they are okay out here. Yeah, Soyuz likes to eat right there. Juno usually likes to eat over there in that perch. This is made of chain link. Harris hawks do fine in chain link. This used to be, I kept my red tail in here too, so that's why there's this screen on the inside and tarp on the inside over there to block the chain link. I had it tarped all the way around and on top with the shade cloth on this side for airflow. And my red tail did okay. Some birds don't tolerate this kind of setup at all, and they really need a wooden structure. But they do fine in here. There is hardware cloth on the top, all through this, on top of the chain link. And there's some like coverings for rain. I have a heat lamp under here if it gets cold. There's a temperature controller in this box here. Scrubby. Upset Juno. I have a ladder so I can check up there. I leave it in there. It's zip tied to the pole hole in the back. See, there's the other door. And that's kind of it. I mean, there's not a ton to this. I mean, there kind of is, but it's not super special. Some more hardware cloth on the sides to protect the perches. A raccoon tried to grab a bird out of the side of the Muse a few years ago. So be careful about that. Keep your perches covered. My child is wiggling. Lock on here. Some coroplast to block small animal access. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Built this frame for the middle. It's 2 dog kennels together. I don't think I said that. Yeah. And also, you probably noticed my channel name changed. I decided that Falconry Uncut was not a great name because I'm making a lot of cuts all the time now in my videos. So I'm changing it to Falconry with Detail. A child stirs. Yeah, so I think that name is better, and it's more fitting to the channel. And I have a couple more hunt videos. I think I have 5 more hunts left, which equals about 2 more videos. So, oh boy. Alright, well, I gotta go. See ya.